Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the SATS Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. What's up, Paul? Round of applause from the live studio audience for Paul. All right, today we're going to talk about I invested $5 a day for a year and a half. Here's what happened, okay? Been doing this show for well over a year and a half, and I think the premise of the show always gets kind of glossed over, right? We're doing something pretty cool here on the show, okay? We're buying Bitcoin 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Okay, we started buying $5 a day, and then we moved it over to $10 a day. And today we're doing $10 a day. We've been doing $10 a day for about, 4 or 5 months. But it's pretty cool that we're doing this. And if you're new to this show, if you haven't seen this show before, we're going to show you what we've been doing for the past year and a half. We started with $5 a day, like I said, then we moved it to 10, then we moved it to 20. Okay? Round of applause from the live studio audience for Leonard. Thanks for tuning in. What up, Leonard? Okay, so we're going to talk about our bread and butter here. What we're doing here. Keeping it super simple. We're saving a certain amount of paper money per day. So Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. And I'm going to show you guys what happens. Okay? So first of all, let's get the show kicked off when we look at the price of Bitcoin. We call this segment the SATS strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $63,292.90. You can buy 1,579 Satoshis for a single dollar. What is a Satoshi? A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 pennies, of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis, and we call them SATS for short. A lot of other people call it SATS, just like the people that made this website, Time Chain Stats. They got SATS per fiat here, so SATS per dollar. Let's say you're walking down the street minding your own business, you look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day that penny could be worth, let's see, 15.76 Satoshis. Okay? So, that is the SATS strength. That is how expensive Bitcoin is. That is how much fractions of a Bitcoin you can buy for a dollar, for a penny, right? And we highlight that all the time because if you're new to Bitcoin, you might look at the price of Bitcoin and say, wow, $63,000, I'll never be able to buy one. I need to save up to buy it. And if you save up to buy Bitcoin, you're doing it wrong. You should be saving in Bitcoin. Okay? This is like what we're doing here on the show. We're buying $5 a day, $10 a day, $20 a day, whatever you feel comfortable with. You can even do $20 a week, $100 a week. It's up to you. But the point is to start accumulating Bitcoin because whatever value you do put into Bitcoin, it's going to be shielded from inflation. It's going to start to gain purchasing power, and you're going to start to feel more wealthy. Okay? I'm going to show you all the numbers. Don't worry. I'm going to show you all the numbers. Okay? I'm going to do an abbreviated version of the segment that we like to call Why We Stack real quick. This is why we're saving in Bitcoin. And then I'm going to show you the results of the savings in Bitcoin like specified in the title. Jake Thomas in the house. What up? Good to see you in here. Round of applause from the live studio audience. Roman, same thing. I tell you, my girlfriend, the old adage of inch by inch, anything is a cinch. Ooh, that's a good one. That's right. That's very well done. Okay, so you go. Right. You got me off. You knocked me out of my mind space. Here we go. Why we stack. Okay, we'll keep it real simple today. The money that we work for there is not a limit to how much of it can exist. Politicians can decide to raise the debt limit and print more money. They can lower or increase interest rate to adjust how many loans the banks are able to give out. And whenever banks issue debt, and whenever the politicians print money, raise the debt limit, money becomes created and new money comes into existence. Okay, and when you create new money, it doesn't create new value. New money further dissects or further redistributes the existing value of the system. Okay, think of the system as a pizza. Okay, if you have a pizza with 8 slices and you cut it into 16 slices, yes, you have 16 slices of pizza, but you have the same amount of pizza, right? You have 16 thinner slices, 16 slices that represent half of a slice of the old slice, right? The original slice, you had 8 slices, so 1 slice was significant. The new slice, where you have 16 slices, is still considered a slice of pizza, but it's significantly less. It's half as much, right? So, just like the same idea with the pizza, when new money is created, they're not making another pizza, guys. They're just cutting up the existing slices into smaller slices of value, smaller slices of purchasing power. And when that happens, it doesn't matter if your money is in a bank account, under your mattress, or buried in the backyard. When they increase the money supply, they devalue the purchasing power of the dollars you're holding. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're holding it in a bank account or in your mattress or buried somewhere like a pirate. Okay? They can get to it without even touching it. All they gotta do is they grow the money supply. And when they do that, they steal some of the purchasing power that you've stored and set aside and worked so hard for. Okay? So what we do instead of saving our money in the bank, in stocks, in a mattress, in a treasure chest buried in your backyard, instead of doing that, we take that value while it's worth its highest point as soon as we get it. And whatever we don't need to spend right away, we save it into Bitcoin. Because when we save it into Bitcoin, as the money continues to debase, the purchasing power of Bitcoin increases. And now you have inflation working for you, and you're going to be better off in the long run. I'm going to show you the actual numbers, okay? Because, like I said, we're not just talking here. We've been doing this for over a year and a half. So let's check out those numbers and see what happens when you save $5 a day into Bitcoin for 1.5 years. Here's what happens. Ready? Let's go. What up, Jake? This is in the future. Looking back, one might notice that at one time in the past, when unburdened from might have been hard to buy at $1, easy to buy at 70,000. Lucky to find $1 million. Lucky to find it under $1 million. Hard Huddle in the house. What up? Good to see you in here. Roman, how do I self-custody? Great question. Great question. We'll cover that. We'll cover that a little bit later today, but we will cover that. Okay. So I feel like I need to address it right away, but I know that you already know how to do it. So we'll talk about that once we get to the whole main point of what happens when you invest, okay? Or when you and invest is a funny word. We like to say save in Bitcoin. I only put invest $5 a day because it sounds more like somebody would be searching for, right? So let's do this. Let's jump into the stack recap, because we don't only talk about stacking sats here. We actually do it every Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. And here it is. Is that right? There it is. There it is. In 2024, just this year, not even the full year, just 9 months, about 10 months in, we are up about 12.6% on our savings, on our investments. We've been doing $20 a day since the beginning of the year. Sometimes $40 a day, sometimes $80 a day. But for the most part, we've been doing $20 a day. And we are up about 12.6% in profits just in 1 year. Okay? A lot of people like to invest in what is it called? In index funds, right? Index funds that promise you a return and over time. Like for example, this one. These are the best index funds you can invest in. Okay, Don't invest in index funds. Every time most people will invest in this kind of things, right? They're telling you, okay, we're gonna give you 15.7% over 5 years. 15.7 returns over 5 years. But if you take into account inflation is close to 9 or 10% each year, you're already lost. You're losing. You're behind. 5 years of 10% inflation, you're losing. You're losing big time. If you're only making 15.7%, yeah, you're making more. You're making 15.7% over 5 years, but you're losing an opportunity cost because the money you're they're not covering inflation, right? And that's one of the best. Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Look at that, 15.7% over 5 years. What is this one? Spider S&P 500 ETF Trust, 15.6%. Over 5 years, you're losing. You're losing. iShares Core S&P 500 ETF, boom, 15.7%. You're losing. You're still losing. Okay, you're still losing against inflation. Right? Let's go back to our spreadsheet. In about 10 months. We're up 12.6%. We're doing better month over month than those 5-year funds, right? Than being in those funds for 5 years. Okay. And here it is. To top it all off, what have we been doing for the past year and a half? Was almost 2 years. Yeah, year and a half. A little over a year and a half. Right? There it is. Right? So was that May 22nd, 2023? May, June, July, August, September. So what's that? A year, not even a year and a half, actually. A year and 4 months. Yeah, May, June, July, August, September. We'll give September. We'll give October. Yeah. So in about a year and 5 months, not even that, we've done 44%. Right? Above. We've done 44% so far. That's amazing. Right? And all we're doing, keeping it super simple, all we're doing is we're buying Bitcoin. We're taking custody of that Bitcoin, and we're hanging out, doing shows like this, and learning jiu-jitsu, and riding motorcycles, and hanging out with the family, and doing life. Okay, I do my regular job. I earn my money. I pay my bills. I stack the rest. Simple. Okay. Once you stack the Bitcoin, once you buy a Bitcoin, don't leave it on the exchange. If you're buying it through any exchange, don't leave it on the exchange. Got to take custody of that Bitcoin. What does that mean? It means you got to move the Bitcoin off of the exchange and onto an account that you have control over on the Bitcoin network. It means you take custody of it, right? You can do it with the hot wallet, but it's better to do it with the cold wallet, right? And if you're new to that stuff, if it sounds like foreign to you, you can learn it. You can learn it. If you have a question specifically about it and you're watching this replay, leave a comment here and I'll make a whole episode exactly on your question. Okay? Because I'm here, and I know I lose track of this goal. I'm here to help beginners get started. I know I love to talk about Bitcoin and entertain the existing Bitcoiners like Jake, Carlos, Hard Hodl, right? And Paul. But the real objective of my channel when I first started it was to help new people understand the technology, help them understand how it works, how to take custody of it, and what you need to get started so you can get started. Okay? Because we're getting to a point where it's going to be more and more difficult to acquire as much Bitcoin as we've been acquiring lately. Right? As the price goes up, it's going to get more and more expensive. And we'll be fighting for SATS instead of, we're almost fighting for SATS pretty much. Attaining a whole Bitcoin is becoming pretty difficult, right? So if you're on your way to a whole Bitcoin, congratulations. If you're almost there, keep it up, keep going, right? And if you have accomplished a whole Bitcoin, keep going, go for 2, right? Go for 2 while the getting is good. Get it while the getting is good, because it's going to get to the point where we're going to look back and let's say Bitcoin is, I don't know, something crazy like $1 million, right? When will you ever be able to accumulate one Bitcoin when Bitcoin is $1 million, right? So stack, keep buying, and don't sell. All right, just keep it basic. I know I kind of went off into a ramble there for a second, but Let's keep it basic. If you're here for the topic of the show, I invested $5 a day for 1.5 years. Here's what happened. My holdings of Bitcoin have gone up about 44% since I started. And so, yeah, those are my gains so far, right? And as long as I continue to hold that Bitcoin, the profits will continue to go up. This is money that I set aside that I don't need in the immediate future. Okay, so you don't want to save, you don't want to stack in Bitcoin the money that you're going to use immediately, like if you're going to need it for next month or whatever, right? Some people do. Some people would rather be in Bitcoin and have to cash out a little bit of Bitcoin to take care of monthly stuff. But I like to pay all my bills, keep a little pocket money, and then stack the rest that I don't need until my next paycheck. And when my next paycheck comes, I do the same. I pay everything I need to pay off, and whatever is going to go into my savings traditionally goes into Bitcoin, because I know because it's money that I'm not going to touch. And if I need an emergency thing, if I have an emergency thing happening, and I need an emergency fund, I don't have an emergency fund. My emergency fund is my Bitcoin. I keep stacking that, because the opportunity cost of holding that in cash is too much for me, right? I don't know when Bitcoin's going to take off, but when it does, I want to make sure I have all the eggs there. All the eggs in one basket. No, I don't diversify. No. Don't go buy Bitcoin and some other coins. Don't go buy Bitcoin and like some stocks or like some mutual funds or some funds. No. Remember, if you do all that stuff, you're going to have to rebalance your portfolio, sell the things that have been performing well to rebalance those other assets that are performing badly. And then when you do that, you're selling the winners to pay for the losers. Okay. Bitcoin's going up, and pretty much I'm all in on Bitcoin. I'm only holding as much cash as I need to, I guess, take care of day-to-day stuff, right? Like our stacking here on the show daily and that kind of stuff. Okay. So another way to think of it is only hold as much paper money as you feel comfortable with getting debased on. Okay. Boom. In your face. Anyway, so that said, this is not financial advice. This is just putting an idea out there for you to go and do the research on. Okay. If you're new to Bitcoin, you want to start figuring it out, go and watch Michael Saylor 2023 Prague presentation. So sorry, BTC Prague 2023 Michael Saylor's presentation. And then you can go and listen to the Bitcoin Standard. You can, if you want to know how Bitcoin works, you can go listen to Inventing Bitcoin. All 2 good books. Also, that presentation is free. Do that Michael Saylor presentation. It's about 20-30 minutes. Good time. Good time well spent. Okay. All right. So that is what happens when you invest $5, $10, $20 a day into Bitcoin for a 1.5 years. And we're not even at a 1.5 year mark yet. So let's keep it going. Let's do let's finish the stack recap so we can see how much Bitcoin we're going to buy today. Oops, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. So in 2024, I'll throw a little background music here, guys. In 2024, our average buy price is $59,944. The current price of Bitcoin is $63,474. That means that today we're going to buy a $20 stack because the price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price for 2024. So today we're buying $20 worth of Bitcoin. And now that we know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy, there's only one thing left to do. That is, it's time to stack some SATS. If you're new to the show, this is how I buy Bitcoin on the show every day. I use Strike, the Strike app. The Strike app is configured to talk to my bank account, right? I get on the Strike app, I hit buy. It's already wired. It's already connected to my bank. I want to buy $20 today because that's what I thought. That's what I agreed to do as my DCA, my dollar cost average amount, and my frequency is Monday through Friday. Okay, So $20, I hit next. It asks me to confirm that I want to buy $20 on October 2nd. No, wait, oh no. That I want to buy $20 that will be available on October 2nd. And at a price of $63,513.95. I say, sure, I'm ready. I'm going to cut the music. I'm going to hit the drum roll. I'm going to hit confirm. Boom. And just like that, I'm purchasing Bitcoin right now live during the show. Boom, there it is. We just purchased 31,190 Satoshis. And just like that, we're going to add that to our spreadsheet so you can see that we're not messing around. All of these lines here are different buys that we've done during the show. Okay. Today is 9/25/24. We're here every weekday buying Bitcoin. Subscribe and join us. Okay. Be part of the gang. Be part of the gang with Carlos, Jake, Hard Huddle. Carl, what up, Carl? Good to see you here. Good to see you in here, Carl. Also, Carlos, I didn't see you in here. Good to see you in here. We bought at $63,513.95. 95 cents. We invested $20. It yielded 0.0003119 Bitcoin. And just like that, that is how we do it. Sometimes we're up and sometimes we're down, but most of the time we're up. Okay. So there is the purchase for today. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to bring it over to our overall spreadsheet for the whole history of the show. Look at that. This is the proof of Stack, guys. This is a proof of DCA. I'm not on here just telling you that you should do this. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm telling you, look, this is what I did. And these are the results so far. Okay. Look at that. We made our first purchase on May 22nd, 2023. We bought $5 worth of Bitcoin. That $5 that we bought at $27,260 Bitcoin is now worth $11.43. That $5 has more than doubled in less than, well, about a year like a year and 4 months, right? Okay. Look at this tasty bite right here. We bought this $25 at $25,151 Bitcoin. And it's worth now that the amount of Satoshis that we bought for that $25 was 298 Satoshis. Bought that for $25. Those Satoshis today are worth $63,000. Sorry, $63. Maybe someday $63,000, right? Let's go back. Let's keep going. What are some other juicy bites that we did back in the day? Look at this one. The price of Bitcoin was below our average buy price. No. Oh no, this is when we switched over from $10 a day. Look at that. We switched to $10 a day June 20th? Yep. And then we switched to $20 a day August 17th. But anyway, look at that. That $20 has turned into $48. Dang, that's crazy. Look at this $80 buy. This $80 buy at $26,892. It turned into $188 so far. Right? Like I said, we paid $80 for 297,000 Satoshis. Those 297,000 Satoshis today are worth $188. More than 100%. Right? So this number you see up here, the 44% gain, is just an average of all of the purchases. Okay? Of course, towards the beginning, they can be more profitable than later in the spreadsheet, but still, it's there. Look at that. Most of these have doubled. That one hasn't doubled. Look at this buy. This is one of my favorite ones. When we hit 100 subscribers on 11/7/23, we bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin that we bought at $35,597 Bitcoin, we got 2.8 million Satoshis, and those 2.8 million Satoshis today are worth $1,783. That was a win. That was a win for sure. We keep it rocking. Okay. So this is what happens when you start to save in Bitcoin and you just keep doing it. Okay. And you hold on to it. I can't wait to see what happens when we get to the 2-year mark and the 3-year mark and the 4-year mark, you'll see these numbers are gonna look like games. $213 turned into $344. Okay, since the beginning of December last year. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. So in 10 months, it's almost doubled. Okay, what else? Any other tasty bites? This is an $80 buy right here at 42. See, the numbers are going up, so the effect is not as extreme, but it's still pretty good. Still pretty good. Back when, see, now we're getting into when it went really high, we continue to buy. When the price goes up and the price goes down, guys, we continue to buy. When the price is higher than our average buy price, we do buy a little bit less. But it overall, in the end, it averages out to better gains than you would investing in anything else or saving in anything else. My computer is on track to the first million my company is on track to their first million Satoshis. Dang, dude, that's nice. Round of applause for Carlos's company. Look at this tasty buy. $62,000 Bitcoin, $1. That's awesome. 63,000. Anyway, let's see. Are there any other really big ones that we did? There is. I'm sure of it. Pretty much all small purchases. Look at this. When the price was below our average buy price, we went in hard. We doubled our stat. We doubled it. We doubled it. We doubled it. We doubled it. And those buys are starting to pay off. See? It's pretty good. Slow and steady, little by little. Here's the buy. A $300 buy that we did on the 6th. That was for the 300 subscribers. That we still don't have 300 subscribers. Can you believe that? We still don't have 300 subscribers, guys. That's crazy. But anyway, we bought the $300 stack for the 300 subscriber celebration. I'm glad we did it back then because we're up $53 on that, right? I'll take the $53 over the 4 or 5 subscribers that we're missing to get to 300. Sorry, guys. What else? Yeah, we didn't even see the German SATS. Did we skip that? Oh, it's not even on this one. It's on the year. Let's go look at that one. When Germany was freaking out and selling off all of their Bitcoin, we're buying that Bitcoin. See, look at that. Germany was selling their Bitcoin at 57,000. We bought that Bitcoin, and we're in the positive on those stacks. Okay. Anyway, that is the that is a stack recap, and that is exactly why we're saving in Bitcoin and the results after almost a year and a half. Okay. So we'll do another recap when we get to 2 years. And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. So does anybody have any questions? Please do put them in the chat. Any suggestions? Any gripes? Just kidding. Oh my gosh. It feels good. Oh, we didn't do the actual final count for so far. Let's do that real quick. The total amount of Bitcoin for the show so far, September 25th, 2024, is 0.29369754 Bitcoin. That is it. That is it. And, oh man, our operation flipping SATS, we're still doing pretty good. We've sold off about $623 worth of stuff and converted that stuff into Bitcoin. And that stuff is now worth, that Bitcoin is now worth $693. So we're making profits on stuff that was sitting there, on economic energy that was trapped in the form of a KitchenAid, Muay Thai boxing shorts, Muay Thai gloves, Pelican case, a sewing machine. Okay. Look around your house. What other stranded Satoshis do you have? Okay. Find those stranded Satoshis. Find that stranded energy. Convert it back to Bitcoin. Convert it back to Satoshis. And hold the Satoshis instead. Okay. They take up way less space. And I'm going to be doing more for you than that KitchenAid, sewing machine, or old Pelican case that you never used. Okay. All right. Our 100 days of saving in Bitcoin challenge We're at minus 5.66%. Not so good. But when the price of Bitcoin goes down, you don't lose any Bitcoin. It's just getting priced in terms of money. Doesn't matter. You still have the same amount of Satoshis in your wallet. Okay. What's up, BTC Backpacker in the house? Round of applause from my live studio audience. I suggest you be the first YouTube channel to buy things with Bitcoin and review them. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But then that means I have to spend my Bitcoin. All right, 21 Moto. Look at this. We're about to hit below. Oh, did we hit? Were we already there before? Yeah, we're already there before. We're 26,700 miles away from breaking even on the Grom, and actually on that channel, boys, that channel is picking up. That channel is picking up, guys. I'm gonna put a link here in the chat. That channel is up to 43 subscribers. I don't know what's going on. That channel is up to 43 subscribers, and part of me is upset. Part of me is upset because I want more subscribers on this channel. I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the subscribers on the motorcycle channel, but I want more subscribers on this channel because I think this is more important. But that channel is still going to be talking about Bitcoin as well. So I think eventually we'll have some crossover where people get into Bitcoin because of the motorcycle channel and then come over to this channel to learn more about it, to get a more in-depth understanding of it. So that's what I'm going to start doing on the other channel. I'm going to start, I've already started kind of breaking down the spreadsheet on how we're saving in Bitcoin and how that, my angle on that is that my savings that I'm putting aside on Bitcoin, thanks to saving gas by riding the motorcycle, I'll be able to pay off the motorcycle and in essence get a free motorcycle because of the savings, right? So that's the hook, I guess. Once I get them on the hook, I'll bring them in here and they can learn more of what Bitcoin actually is and how it works and how to custody it and all that good stuff, right? So it's a real long-term plan. So it's a real long-term plan. But anyway, whatever we can do, to help grow the network and get people to understand it before it's too late. Before it's too late. I mean, I don't think it'll ever be too late, but they can get a lot of sats per dollar. Okay, sats per dollar. I think the days of 1,500 satoshis for a dollar are numbered. I think last cycle we almost hit less than 1,000 satoshis per dollar, right? So I don't know. Soon enough we'll have less than 1,000 satoshis per dollar, and and then less than 100 satoshis per dollar, and then less than 10 satoshis per dollar. Dang, that'd be crazy. All right, well, we did what we came to do. We talked about our investments, $5 a day for a year and a half. We stacked some sats. We continued our DCA schedule, and we're ready. We're strapped in. We're on the rocket ship that's fueling up at the launch site. Get on the rocket ship, guys. Start saving in Bitcoin if you haven't already. Don't be the guy that watches the rocket ship take off, while that guy's stuck in traffic on the way to the rocket ship. Start saving in Bitcoin as soon as you can. Okay. I like to save on Strike. I think you could do. I think I have a Strike shortcut in here. Do I? I think I have a Strike affiliate. All right. Let's see if it comes up. There it is. StackSatsShow.com/strike. If you want to sign up to one of my affiliates, if you want to become part of our little internal community, where we talk about Bitcoin and different projects related to sovereignty and farming and mining, go jump into our Discord server. No shilling, no poop coining, no yield products, no trading, none of that stuff. It's just chilling, talking about Bitcoin and doing Bitcoin stuff. All right, don't go in there and try to sell stuff. It's just a place for us to get along and and what's going to talk about the struggle, the struggle to get more, the struggle to collect more fiat to continue to stack sats. All right. I think that's all I got for you guys. I think that's all I got for you guys today. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Stack Sats Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. If you're new and you have questions for me, leave it in the comments or jump into one of our lives. All you gotta do is be subscribed for 1 minute so you can chat and ask your question. I'll answer your question live during the show. Or if you leave a comment with a question, I'll answer it in the next show once I do the research for it to make sure I give you a good answer. If I don't know the right answer, I'm not gonna BS you. I'm gonna tell you stumped me. I need to go do the research myself, and I'll become a better Bitcoin educator because of it. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Sats Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Later. Round of applause from my live studio audience for SatWise. Later, SatWise.
Bye.